Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see The Naked City. I'm Burt Leonard, the producer. This story was not photographed in a studio. Quite the contrary. The actors played out their roles in the streets and the buildings of New York itself. One of the great delusions is that childhood is a happy time. It can be and frequently is a time when dreams are cut away by the anguish of each new day.
The window right there on the corner on the 5th floor. That's the one he was pushed from. My day it was the schoolmaster who was feared, not the pupil. And they take to killing teachers.
I still can't believe a junior high school kid could have forced him out of that window. He was a big man, Dan, almost 200 pounds.
And how did he get those wounds in his back? Not from the point of a switchblade, forcing him out to his death.
You know what I feel like now, sir, with all the credentials the commissioner gave me, my license and the rest of it? I feel like I've got a passport to another world, sir.
Just make sure you stay in this one, Jimmy, and don't turn your back on your pupils tomorrow. Come on, drive you home.
No, I think I'll walk. Do a little thinking. Still can't get used to the idea of hunting down a criminal in the classroom.
Modified curriculum class. This is official language for a grouping of students within 4 walls whose intelligence quotients hover below 85. The recalcitrants, the slow learners, the emotionally disturbed, the psychotics, and the toughs, whose chief aim in life is to resist education and to defy any and all authority.
You broke the beat, Teach.
Maybe you didn't hear the bell.
You done a little fighting?
A little, yeah.
Pretty good, huh?
I'll get by.
How come nobody told me the bell rang? It's all yours, Teach.
Halloran is my name. From now on, any of you who refer to me as Teach will stay after class and write the name Halloran 500 times. This is your homeroom, and I'm your homeroom teacher. That means I'm in charge of all the administrative details of this class. I keep your records, and I operate as the chief disciplinarian. I've been told that you're a class no one can teach anything to. I've been told that no matter how hard I try, none of you will learn very much. That you've already been written off the books. That you're a scrap heap of toughs, misfits, and lame brains. Well, I don't believe it. I'm just dumb enough myself not to take anyone else's word for it. Last week, a terrible thing happened in this class. Mr. Paxton fell to his death out that window. So let's get one thing straight. I am not Mr. Paxton.
What is your name, Teach?
You'll find out when you stay after class and write it 500 times.
So who's gonna learn me how to write?
That's true. He cannot write his own name.
You ever see your record?
Paxton never let him out of his sight.
I've got yours right here, Flip.
Yeah? How am I doing?
Well, there's some words here I don't think you'd understand, such as disruptive influence in class and remedial work recommended, urge application of expulsion, things like that. And it goes into your home life.
What home life? Does it tell you on there I'm a basket case?
A basket case?
Sure. Can't you tell just from looking? You see, I got arms and I got legs. But my old lady left me in a basket in front of the fondling home.
Mr. Halloran, Oh, I'm sorry. I just thought that
You want to speak to me, Mark?
No. I just thought that I left something.
Well, why don't you come in and look for it?
I already did.
All right, Flip, we'll call it a day. Flip. Look, don't you ever say goodbye or good afternoon when you leave a class?
Don't I tell you there on my card?
It won't do you any good to stand there fretting, Mr. Halloran. I know exactly how you feel. Something compulsive about it, isn't there? Right after it happened, I stood there just like you. After the police had come and gone, I mean. It's terrible to think that he could have jumped, and yet to think that some of the children, even these children, could have made him. Well, that's a little unthinkable, isn't it?
Well, from what I read in the paper, Mrs. Clint, it seems that the majority of opinions in favor of the unthinkable.
I was expecting something today. I'll be honest with you, Mr. Halloran. I sat in my office all day today just expecting something.
What were you expecting, Mrs. Clint?
Well, I didn't really know how strong you'd be with them.
Well, we got along all right.
I'm so glad, Mr. Halloran. I'm glad you're going to be strong with them. You can't let them get away with anything. You've got to keep them under pressure all the time. Keep them off balance. Let them know who's boss. Don't smile at them, ever, or joke with them, because they're just animals, every one of them. Well, anyway, we're graduating this entire class this semester. Oh, thank my lucky stars to be rid of them.
But most of them, they can't even read or even write a simple sentence.
Well, let them copy from books or give them a few simple tests. Just keep them busy and out of trouble. That's all that matters. Well, you're going to do all right, Mr. Halloran. I can see that. Good afternoon.
Mr. Halloran? Bobby Madison, mathematics. Welcome aboard.
Oh, thank you. I'm a little seasick at the moment, I think.
The kids? Or Mrs. Clint?
Well, it's a toss-up.
Don't mind Mrs. Clint. She's just tired. 20 years a principal. A warden has it easier.
You too, huh?
Oh, you're one of those idealists, huh? Me too. Not many of us left. At least, not around the school. But I tell you, every now and then, whenever I find that one student who gets the message, whenever I see that one face that's lit from the inside, I want to go out and pop champagne corks. I feel so great.
Did you know Mr. Paxton very well?
I wish I'd known him better. He was a big man, almost fat, you know. But there was something delicate inside. Something, if you'll pardon the sentiment, precious. He was a believer, Mr. Halloran. He believed in these kids. In all kids everywhere. You know, the old line about they're our only hope for a good tomorrow. Well, if you need any help, just yell. And I mean yell.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night. Mark, who did this? Who did this to you, Mark? Look, just... I want to speak to you, Flip.
I ain't in the closet. You know what, Teach? You're begging for it. You've been riding me. And nobody rides me. Especially a Teach.
I wouldn't try it, Flip.
Oh, I forgot. You got a great stance. Well, can you fight, huh? That's the big one, huh, Teach? Lucky punch.
You want some more, hmm? Now, you stay down. I don't want to have to hit you again. Now, why did you beat up Mark?
Me? Ma?
That's right. When he came into my classroom yesterday, he had something on his mind, something he wanted to tell me. Seeing you there made him lose his appetite.
So?
So when you got through with him, he couldn't even tell his mother what day it was.
You got a low IQ, that kid. He don't know what day it is.
I came in here with a barrel full of excuses. All you had to do was reach in and grab one and level with me. Yeah, I had you figured for a kid who'd had a lousy shake. Kid who had to strike out at the world to prove something. No more, Flip. No, you just struck out with me, boy.
Good night, Janet. Thank you for the dinner.
Especially the glum pudding.
Night, Squirmy.
Good night.
Well, it's not going to help anything to blame yourself, Jimmy.
I shouldn't have hit him, Dan. Just what he wanted me to do. Now he's got me right down there on his level.
You're sure he holds the key to what happened to Paxton?
Yep. If I could just break him down. Get to him somehow.
Well, it's not an easy thing to realize, Jimmy. But there are children who are just plain hopeless. Or maybe in the case of Flip, it's because he thinks he's special.
Why do you say that, sir?
Well, never knowing who his father was, he considers himself a social cripple. Probably figures he has nothing else to lose. Since any man he sees could be his father, he makes every man his target. While you were in class today, I checked into his background. If you can get him to meet you there, you might be able to break him down.
Good night, Dan.
Night, Jimmy.
How do I know that's my old man?
You can take my word for it.
I lived okay all this time without knowing. How come you brought me here?
Go ahead. Take a look.
Owens. So what kind of name is Owens? Thomas Owens. Says he died in '44. During the war. It's a cinch he wasn't no war hero. He probably got hit by a cab on 42nd Street. I hope it hurt plenty, you lousy, stinking bum. So what do you want from my life?
Nothing, kid. Just go ahead and cry. It's a start anyway.
Remember when I dropped my book.
But how about the coat? Try the laces.
Let's stay with the book, Chad.
Good morning. Well, you'll all be glad to know that Mark's going to be okay. His nose may be a little lopsided for the rest of his life, but outside of that, he'll be just fine. Didn't you know? Well, sure, Mark came in. He had something he wanted to tell me, but Flip here. Flip made sure he didn't. Isn't that right, Flip? Hmm? Let me ask you all something. Just how do I reach you, I mean, each and every one of you sitting out there, how do I get to you? How do I make you care just a little about yourselves? Isn't there one person out there, just one person outside of Mark here who wants to learn anything? Just one person who wants to get himself out of this jungle? All right. Now that we're through with that, I'd like the students who did not throw their books on the floor to come up here and stand over there. Please. It's all right. Over there. Anybody else? All right. Are there any of the rest of you who did throw your books on the floor who feel it was the wrong thing to do? Because if there are, I want you to pick your books up, put them on the desk, and stand over there with the rest of them. Come on, make up your minds, Flip or me. Just one of us is going to run this class. You think your boy is pretty large, hmm? Pick up that book, Flip. I said, pick up that book. Look, fella, you don't want to have me knock you down again, do you? Hmm? Didn't he tell you? Didn't you tell him, Flip? One punch. One little punch. I think anybody in this classroom could lick you if they put their mind to it, Flip. Anyone. Did you hear that, Flip? Anyone.
Lock the door, Louis. Get on your knees, teach. On your knees. Tell you what, Teach. You're gonna push my book around with your big nose. Come on, bend. Nose to the grindstone. Ain't that the message, Teach?
That's what you did to Paxton.
Yeah, he pushed my book, just like you're gonna do. Push!
So that's why Paxton had those knife cuts in his back, Flip. Your knife, right? You and Luis, you killed him.
We never killed nobody, Teach. We just had a little fun with him, just like we're gonna have with you.
You drove him out that window.
It's not true.
You don't have to tell him, Louise.
We make little fun with him. The bell, she ring. We go. We leave. I with Flip. We are downstairs, outside when the man, he jump.
You gonna jump out that window too, Teach?
How could anybody do that to another human being?
Paxton couldn't take it, can you?
Now, you listen to me, Flip.
No, you listen to me. You see that blackboard? Well, you listen to me, Jack. You made me write your lousy name on there 500 times. Now you're gonna write my name on there. Flip 500 times. Now write! Now write.
No different, Flip. Just like any other kid in this school. Not even special. You're not a basket case anymore. No different from any other kid.
There are 8 million stories in the naked city. This has been one of them.